Once, in a forest green and grand, there was a place called Wonderwood, and in the very heart of Wonderwood, there grew a special tree. It was not an ordinary tree. It was the Whispering Willow. Its leaves shimmered like silver coins in the sunlight. Its branches seemed to wave hello to every creature that passed by. The willow was old, older than the oldest bear and wiser than the wisest owl. It had seen 1,000 seasons come and go, watching the world with its kind wooden heart. The air around the willow smelled sweet, like honey, summer rain, and freshly baked cookies. It was a place for secrets, naps, and most of all, learning. The willow could talk, but not loud. It spoke in rustles and whispers. A secret language only animals and children who listened very, very closely could understand. Its bark was smooth in some places and bumpy in others, like a map of all the stories it had ever known. The willow would whisper, "Wisdom is like a little seed. If you plant it in your heart and give it attention, it will grow into something beautiful and strong. It will help you be a good friend, a good neighbor, and a good creature." Every day the animals of Wonderwood gathered beneath the willow's gentle branches. There was Barnaby the bunny, with his twitching nose and fluffy tail, Squeaky the squirrel who was always in a hurry, and Fiona the clever fox. The willow loved their laughter and drank it in like sunshine. One morning it decided to share its most important seeds of wisdom, one adventure at a time. It shivered its silver leaves with excitement. One sunny morning, a new animal moved into Wonderwood. His name was Boris. He was a badger. But Boris was not a happy badger. He was cranky. He grumbled when the sun was too bright and groaned when the birds sang too loudly.
When Barnaby said, "Good morning, Boris," the badger huffed and stomped away.
The other animals started to stay away. They scurried to the Whispering Willow for help. The willow listened, leaves rustling thoughtfully. "Perhaps he is not cranky," the willow said. "Perhaps he is just lonely." Barnaby found the reddest berry, Squeaky a crunchy acorn. They decided to try a seed of kindness. They tiptoed to Boris's burrow, a little scared, and left the gifts on his doorstep. Then they hid and watched, hearts thumping like tiny drums. The door creaked open, and Boris peeked out. He sniffed the berry, tapped the acorn,
and a tiny smile appeared on his grumpy face. He called out, "Thank you!"
The willow's leaves rustled happily. The seed of kindness had been planted, and that is a very powerful seed indeed. Autumn came to Wonderwood. Green, gold, orange, red. Squeaky the squirrel zipped and zoomed, gathering more nuts than ever. His nest overflowed, a mountain of nuts. One afternoon, a family of chipmunks arrived. Their home had been washed away, and they were hungry.
"Could you spare just a few?" Squeaky hugged his nuts and said, "No, these are mine."
He sat on his pile, but the nuts didn't feel shiny. His mountain felt very lonely. Squeaky went to the Whispering Willow and told it what happened. The willow whispered, "A nut alone is just a nut, but a shared nut is a seed of friendship." Squeaky thought of the sad chipmunks and his lonely nest. He suddenly knew what the willow meant. He scurried back to the chipmunks, arms full of his very best acorns.
"I'm sorry," he chattered. "I have more than enough. Please share with me."
The chipmunks' faces lit up with joy. They all ate together. Squeaky's pile was smaller, but his heart was bigger. In spring, a little bird named Pip came to live in the willow's branches. Pip loved to sing, but his song was more of a squawk, a squeak, and a screech. Sometimes the other birds giggled, and Pip felt too embarrassed to try.
"Little bird, why is your song silent?"
"Because it's no good. My best is just squawky."
"The world does not need another robin song. It needs a Pip song."
It does not matter if it is perfect. It only matters that it is yours. Trying your best is not about winning a prize. It is the prize. So Pip took a deep breath, puffed out his little chest, and sang. It wasn't perfect. A little wobbly, a little squeaky. But he didn't care. The other animals stopped to listen, not because it was pretty, but because it was honest and joyful. Pip learned that trying your best was its own kind of beautiful music. One afternoon, Fiona the fox chased a butterfly and wasn't watching where she was going. With a crash, she tumbled into Barnaby's prize carrot patch, squashing his carrots. Her first thought was to run away and pretend it never happened, but her paws felt heavy. She remembered the willow's lessons about kindness, sharing, and truth.
So Fiona found Barnaby and confessed. "I'm so sorry, I ruined your carrots. It was my fault."
Barnaby saw how sorry she was. Telling the truth had been hard but brave. Boris, less cranky these days, came with a big shovel and new seeds.
I can help too.
Soon all 4 friends worked together to dig, plant, and repair the garden. What started as a mistake became teamwork. Telling the truth led to something good. That evening the friends sat together, tired but happy, and the willow's leaves rustled with pride. Wisdom is for everyone. Kindness when someone is grumpy. Sharing when you have enough. Trying your best. Being honest. And helping when you can. Plant these seeds in your heart and help them grow.